This is an example of the tensioner pointer or needle, whatever name you want to give it. It's shaking a little bit. This is another tensioner, and you notice it still shakes very lightly. Not sure if you can see it on the video, but it's much more stable. And you can also have tensioners that will really shake a lot. This is the pulley that was shaking. It's a NTN brand, it says somewhere. Perhaps not the best choice. We do recommend to get the INA brand. Perhaps INA is what makes them for Volvo. And these were on cars from 2001 to mid 2004. Then Volvo switched to another design. You cannot interchange them. It's just different. The way it's attaching to the block, also the pulley offset is not the same. And actually Volvo in 2004, mid 2004, changed the design, internal design, and made it much easier to set up, because these older ones are so difficult to set up. When you tighten down the screw, the bolt, the needle, it's moving. By the way, when you put a new pulley on the block, always have this whole hex aligned to the needle, because this part here can be rotate like this, and that's not the good position, because the center bolt here is offset, and you really need to put it with the correct offset on the block. So usually it comes like this from the box, but if you see it's not aligned with the needle, just rotate it like that, and that's how you place it on the block. Once it's on the block with the belt on it, it's impossible to realign this thing. But I did replace the pulley without removing the belt. So if you, for whatever reason, you want to replace the pulley alone and you don't feel like doing the whole belt job again, first off, it's very risky, because you may drop the belt and then you really repeat the belt job. But the first step is to align the timing marks. No matter what, align them. In case you drop the belt, you have everything aligned and you just go the whole belt job. Align the timing marks and then make yourself some place here. Just to remove these covers. They are really difficult to slide off the modules. This one being I think this one is the engine ACM, and this one is the TCM for the transmission. So it's not both for the engine, by the way. I did hang the coolant reservoir at the top, and also don't forget to disconnect the coolant level sensor. Otherwise, if you pull on the wire, it's damaging the sensor. I did toast the power steering fluid. You notice I didn't even disconnect it. Just make sure it's tight. And by the way, let me just make a accolade to this. One of the things I think caused my older tensioner to fail is I'm in Canada, and obviously the winters are with a lot of humidity, and I did drive the car without the side cover, which is not a good thing, because the hose will rub here. So but anyhow, I did drive it without the side and also without the top cover, and that caused humidity to get into this area, and I got humidity. I did notice there was humidity inside the springs. They were corroded, and the tension wasn't keeping properly any longer. For this reason, always have the side cover and at least the small top ones together, so to preserve any humidity getting into the belt area. I think it's pretty important. Anyhow, let's go for the how did I remove the tensioner without tossing the belt. Again, align the timing marks. Then you're going to need to work with both hands, and you will need to keep first on the tensioner. Just grab the pulley from both sides, just like this, and keep it in place so they'll be firmly. And with the left hand, remove the bolt, and while keeping with the right hand the pulley, you are going to have to grab the pulley with the left hand and then slide the right hand from the pulley to the belt itself. And you are going to grab on the belt, and this is critical. You are going to keep tension of the belt at every single second until you put the new pulley back in place. If you loosen the tension of the belt, it's going to drop off the crank gears it's impossible to put back in place. You need to redo the whole timing belt job again. Undo the pulley or whatever, undo the small cover in front. And also don't toss the belt too much to the left, because it's going to jump off the water pump, and it's the same problem as going to jump off the cam gears, and it's the same problem. So keep the belt close to the block and pulling on it at all time, no matter what movements you do with your other hand. And then you are going to basically assume this is the old pulley which is in place. You are going to slide it from underneath the belt. I'm still waiting for my camera to focus. Okay, you are going to slide it like this. You need to free these elements from the belt, and also there is a small, bit annoying cover here, plastic cover is going to grab on it. So work very slowly, rotating like this, and slide it out while keeping the tension of the belt. Same way goes the new pulley, and you may want to just toss a little bit the belt, just a little bit, to see behind the pulley, to aim with the bolt into the bolt hole, and then just keep, at some point you are going to grab with the right hand on the pulley with the belt on it, left hand is going to insert the bolt. It's a little bit of a brain surgery, or whatever surgery we think it could compare with. You really need to have dexterity in fingers. Not everybody has it, so just think ahead. Do you really have these skills or not? To know which tensioner you need to replace, look to the old one, see how it looks here at the top. That's how you order it